Yeah, I mean, I didn't have many friends in high school. I had a couple in college, but I mostly just lost touch with them in uni. Mostly I just stay in my room. Sorry, what does this have to do with lizard people?
Noah Teller is what you would call a conspiracy theorist. Over the past few months, he believes he has uncovered a conspiracy within his very own university's student union.
I mean, look, they're everywhere. I mean, just look at this and that. I mean, people think this only goes as far as the government, but they're wrong. I mean, this is everywhere. Shops, schools, old people's homes. I mean, they're everywhere. And I've discovered what they're doing. Well, they're humanoid lizards, obviously.
Do you have any evidence for that claim?
Let me ask you a question. If you were part of a group of humanoid lizards trying to blend into society and produce a new lot of sheeple, what would you do? Well, you'd hide in plain sight. You'd make it so that you were indetectable to any individual, especially if you've, had years to.
Okay, but do you have any actual evidence of the lizards?
You're not listening. The lack of evidence is evidence.
So, no, then.
No. Now, you see, the royal family, they're running the whole thing. I mean, you thought their power, broke down when, the empire broke down, but that's what they wanted you to think, because they needed to look like they didn't have any power to have the real power. Now, I know what you're thinking, hey, where's the evidence? But I mean, look here. Proof. Right there.
Isn't that just photoshopped?
Well, that's what they want you to think.
Noah is organising a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
The prize at the end of the trail of this hunt will be a meeting with Noah to discuss ideas they have about the lizard humanoids, and to discuss what they can do to bring about the overthrow of the secret overlords. He's designed the clues to this treasure hunt as to only be visible to like-minded people.
Right, well, what I've done is I've put these posters all up over the entire uni, and if you look really closely, over here there's just little bits of information. So over here's the date, and if you're reading carefully and aren't a sheep, there's the time, and here's a room number. So if they put that all together, they'll know where to come. And it's easy as long as you've got your eyes open. What?
Well, if what you say is true, aren't you putting yourself at a bit of a risk?
Yeah, right, okay, but I thought of this because I was at a lecture and I was talking to the guy next to me, and then the lecturer told us to be quiet, and obviously I didn't, but the guy next to me did stop talking to me for a while. But no, repercussions came out of it. The lecturer didn't come after me. So I think the lecturers and stuff are okay. It's just the education officers that are shape-shifting reptilian lizards.
Noah's claims aren't anything new online. The conspiracy theorist and ex-broadcaster David Icke makes a living off of his books about the humanoid, shape-shifting lizards that he claims run our world. This is, of course, after he claimed to be Jesus.
Let me get the story right. The press claim that you claim to be the Son of God. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Schools are teetering on the brink of being exciting. What with Paul and David with 6, and with Ian and Nick with 13.
We need a miracle, David.
And after his career as a professional football player ended.
Well, I guess it all began with David Icke. I watched one of his videos a while ago. His first ever video I saw of him was about how the Twin Towers were deconstructed by the American government, and it was just like, you know, like my eyes were opened, and it just made sense. It was like I'd left the herd and I'd taken off the chains, and it made sense. And you know, it kind of worked. I hadn't really got on with many people before that, so I didn't have many friends. I didn't really get, you know, fashion and relationships, and so I spent a lot of time alone. But then David Icke came along, and it was like a religious experience. It was just like, it all just worked, and I read all his books, and it was just like, yeah, obviously. So then I went on all the forums, and now I've got loads of friends who we all just talk about his stuff, and yeah, it's like so much better than anyone than I ever known in real life. I mean, in person, because obviously this is still real life. I mean, it's real. It's real.
Today is the day of Noah's meeting, the end of the trail for his treasure hunt. He's excited to know how many people will arrive to discuss his theories. No one has turned up.
I mean, I really thought someone would come. I mean, you know, I thought they'd see the posters, watch the videos, they'd see the evidence, and someone would turn up. I mean, maybe it's all bullshit. If it's bullshit, then what? I mean, if it... Humanoid lizards...
the meeting about the lizard people?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Will.
Noah.